Welcome everybody out to podcast number 475. I am super happy to be with you. We're going to talk about being proactive versus reactionary. Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome everyone. I hope you're doing well. I have so much to tell you. It's been absolutely a fantastic week. And with this podcast, I am caught up. Boo. Boosting it, I'm like, we are going to get it back on and rolling. We're going to get everybody 100% up to date this week. And I'm hoping to get even more podcasts out than we're even supposed to or that I'm committing to. Now, let me just start out with some feedback here. Happy Friday, Jason. Just wanted to say thank you for putting all the content out there. My guys are probably sick of me telling them they need to read the books that you have made and sending them podcasts. Haha. Kind of funny. Small world. I sent a note to our Austin EVP and he goes, I know that guy. He used to be my PE. Keep it up. You're making this world a better place. And I feel like the snowball of building better is starting to gain momentum. Wow. Really great feedback. I love people that, I love anybody. If you give me feedback for improvement or, whether you give me positive feedback, whatever, they're both positive feedback. But anyway, really love that. So I'll tell you a couple things how I'm doing. I am doing great. I've been a little overwhelmed. The business, quite frankly, at Elevate Construction is bigger than me, meaning that it's growing bigger than me. And my main focus is to stay with and add value to clients. And so with the support that we're providing people, we've got Spencer, we've got Kevin, we've got about 7 or 8 people on Upwork that do remote work for us, right? We have a personal assistant. Katie works as full-time as the leader of our home and in the business as the CEO. And we're partnering with people in Mexico, which I'm super excited about, and in Norway, which I'm super excited about, that will allow us to expand our reach. I need tact plans made at an exponential rate. And so we're gaining additional help. We're looking forward to bringing on some key folks in July to support folks, but we're not expanding for the purpose of expanding. We're only expanding to meet the needs of our current clients and to provide this value out there. So I do want to say again, the clients that I get to work with, the shield sextons of the world, the DPRs, the Hensel Phelpses, the Petticoat Schmidts of the world, the O'Sheas of the world, the Green Streets of the world. Persons, Services Corp. There are just, and there's too many to list out there that I'm probably going to offend somebody, but these folks are funding our ability to help change the industry, and they are changing the industry. And I want to give them a big shout out. Not only do we care about adding value, and we work very, very hard. Sometimes I get to work 100 hours a week attempting to get everything caught up and focused, but they're allowing us financially to go do this. And so I want to say officially thank you to those wonderful companies and for the people that have influenced us and for the people that continually help us. I would say that we don't deserve it. I don't know that that's exactly true, but I will say that we are appreciative of it. And so it's just a really big deal. We just got done with a boot camp with Green Street, and I tell you what, it was amazing. A 3-day superintendent boot camp. We got to add in our new techniques, some new simulations that we have, the tact simulation, tours at a DPR construction project site. We went through all of the processes in a very, very wonderful flow. We went all out and they owned it, and it was amazing. I believe in that camp so much. It changes lives constantly all the time. One last thing I will also tell you is Katie's been listening to Gary Vee and telling me, Jason, we've got to get on TikTok. And after she spent about an hour getting it to where she unliked or didn't like or said this is not useful to all of the pornographic videos on TikTok, I'm finally enabled to use it to where I'm not freaked out about using that app. And I'm not judging the rest of you. Whatever you do is your business. I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna start doing videos and more YouTube videos. And I will say that I'm on TikTok, but boy, that was an interesting experience getting signed up. And I'm glad Katie did it for me because Uh, that was a little bit wild. Anyway, one last thing. I do want to say that I just got the most current copies from Amazon for elevating construction superintendents and for tax planning and integrated control. They are in updated formats. And if you open up each one of them, they are large font size because construction workers don't like small fonts. They have the headers on the pages. They're brought into conformity with the Elevate style now. They're beautiful books. I really I just I'm tickled to death to have these in the most current format. They're thicker now, easier to read. If you order any of these in physical copy, they're so much better than they were before. The other thing is now they're the same font. I didn't notice how much bigger the tax book was than the superintendent book. But boy, the second superintendent book is going to be a lot of great content. You know, we wrote the tax book. Basically, you could have put tax planning into the superintendent book, but we kept them separate. But I had to write the tax book with Spencer. Um, Otherwise, we don't have the proper foundation for superintendents. So let's get right on with what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about being a reactive leader or foreman or a worker versus proactive. And so this won't be too long. I think I'm already 6 minutes into the podcast, but this is a really profound topic. And I kind of want us to get a little bit annoyed without shaming people. And I'll tell you why, because I don't ever want anybody to feel shamed, but I do want the behaviors to be a little bit demonized because it's not serving the people well. So I love the people, don't like the behavior. Love the people, don't like the behavior. So I get superintendents, foremen all the time, too busy to meet with me, too busy to make a tax plan, too busy to go do a production analysis. I just did on Lean Tact, the YouTube channel, a video talking about how to go do or how we can protect crews and use those really good crews to do a production analysis every day. And I tell you what, one of the hardest things to do for a superintendent is to keep a job clean. Hardest thing for a foreman is to actually track their production. Why? Because everybody's running around in reactive mode. Let me explain what reactive mode looks like. So, and I'll explain it. So hopefully it sounds like that. But oh my gosh, a piece of equipment broke down. Let me go call the shop and get it out of here. Oh, the dumpster's full. Let me go call the trash company and get that undone. Oh, a worker's gone. Oh, I need to call somebody and reorganize some people. Oh, I need to go to Home Depot and get a bit of lumber. Oh, we need gas over here. We need this on the generator. Oh, there's a problem over here. We don't have this line. Oh, I got to call somebody. Oh, where's the traffic control? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, somebody said that they need to interpret a plan. I have an RFI over here. Reactive, 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 reactive. Wah, 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 wah. That is not the job of a foreman or a superintendent. And everybody thinks it is. And they get real busy and they're like, I'm good at my job. And oh, I'm so needed. And oh, it's just, this is what I do. And I got to go out there. And if you do this, you are behind the 8 ball all day long for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day. And you are adding absolutely no value. And so if any of you are mad at me for saying that right now, I would like to bring your attention to the fact that all of the things that I just said should be on stable systems. Now, will they all remain perfect all the time? No. Will you have to do a little bit of firefighting? Yes. Should that be a default? Absolutely not. Your gas and fueling of equipment can be put on standard systems. The maintaining equipment and calling in equipment replacement can be put on a standard system, and foremen and workers can do that for themselves. Having backups can be put on standard systems. Making sure that the materials are here ahead of time so you don't have to run to Home Depot can be put on standard systems. Having people be able to read the drawings and do their own research can be put into standard systems so that you don't have to firefight and babysit people. Running around solving problems. Why not? Why are you not teaching people to solve their own problems? Emptying the dumpster. Why is that not on a set rhythm? And why is there not an indicator on that dumpster to trigger somebody to call it in themselves? Standard systems, standard systems, standard systems, standard systems, standard systems. You are doing $10 an hour work, and you as a foreman or superintendent should be doing $100, $200, $500, $1,000 an hour work. Best advice that I ever got is that me as a business owner, I have to be doing $10,000 an hour work. I cannot be doing $100 an hour work. I cannot be doing $1,000 an hour work. I have to be doing $10,000 an hour work. And so $10,000 an hour work means doing only the things that I can do and should do. A foreman and a superintendent should not be managing the traffic control. Foreman and superintendent should not be opening the gates in the morning. The foreman and the superintendent should not be calling in the dumpster. Now, on some smaller projects, maybe you have to. Some foreman on certain crews, maybe you have to. But that's not a default. If you have to do it, make sure it's a decision and not a default. Now, here's what you should be doing. And this is when you get into the proactive stage, is if all of your planning is done ahead of time, all of your communication is done in standard meetings, all of your material or orders are done ahead of time in standard settings, ahead of time, ahead of the work, and that you are watching and comparing your production targets with your production actuals on a constant basis out in the field. You should set up the game to where you will win at least 80 to 90% of your day within standardization and stability, and only 10 to 20% are subject to variation. Most foremen and superintendents, 100% of their day is subject to chaos and non-standardization. They're fighting fires all day long. They look super tired. They're on their phone all the time. Why? It is a lack of planning. It is a lack of pre-planning. They are not in their roles. They are not doing their jobs. You should be able to, through your planning, through your communication systems, and through the standard automation and stability that you've created with anything that logistically has to happen on a daily basis for your crews or for your project site or for your project, you should be able to literally run that job and never have to step foot in the field. Now, let me be clear. You will never, or answer your phone. Step foot in the field or answer your phone. Now, you will never do that because we have a safety presence in the field. We are there, boots on the ground. We go to the place of work. We are leaders on the front lines. So we would never do that, but you should be able to do that. Your meeting systems, your preparation should be done so well that you only get 1 or 2 phone calls a day instead of 8 an hour, and you don't have to step foot on site for that thing to run beautifully. I remember going to a project site, the superintendent was like, "Oh, I'm busy. Oh, the inspector. Oh, there's the dumpster. Oh, they got a problem over there. Oh, I got to leave." I flew in from Arizona, California. I was there for an hour, and the superintendent got up and left the meeting 8 times. 8 times because he didn't know what he was doing. You should only get 1 or 2 phone calls a day. You should only have to go out in the field maybe once or twice a day. Now, will you go out there more? Absolutely, because we lead on the front lines and we lead at home base, and sometimes we get in the office and we do some planning. But there's a difference between somebody who is proactive versus reactive. A proactive person will use buffers, will set up their time, will pre-stage materials, will make sure the next day is set up, will make sure everything is clean, will make sure everything is done the day before, that everybody knows the plan, that everybody has visuals of the plan, that the foreman huddles are taking place, that all materials are ordered, that everybody understands the drawings, that everybody is taught and trained, that contingencies are planned for, and a reactive leader will not do that and will thrive in the adrenaline and the significance that he or she gets from running around and being the sole person that's needed on the job. Like there was an example the other day. They're like, "Well, what if it rains?" I'm like, "My God, you work in Washington, you work in Florida, you work on the East Coast. You work in San Diego? Are you telling me you don't know that every now and then it's going to rain? Come up with plan A, it doesn't rain. Plan B, it does rain." I mean, how hard is this, people? Like it shouldn't be a surprise when we get out on the project site and, "Oh, it rained. Oh, now what are we going to do?" What the hell do you mean now? What are we going to do? You live in freaking Seattle. Like, make a plan, right? You know it's going to rain. If you're in Arizona in July or you're in Tucson in July, it's going to rain. You better have backlog or training or prefabrication that you can do if it rains. You'd better be ahead of it. It is the superintendent foreman's job to see the future. That's what people do. So being proactive, let me give you a good example. I'll end with this because I think I'll win you over with this. We have 11 children, and that's real. I even brought those 11 kids over to the boot camp the other day and showed all my kids and had them fist bump everybody as we delivered boot camp shirts, pretty cool shirts. And when we were first having kids, Katie and I felt very overwhelmed, very just really overwhelmed. It was a lot, and we remember a lady at church, Sister Johnson. She said to us, "It's all about staying ahead of them." And it's instead of when you have like, if you have 11 kids and you haven't thought about feeding them, and if you haven't thought about shoes, and if you haven't thought about a mental breakdown because a kid's tired, and you haven't thought about changing a diaper, you are cuss word. Let me see if I can get the, let me see if I, this is important over here. You are absolutely, I hope you can hear that. Like, you are in trouble. And so that advice from that lady at church was so invaluable. So if the Schroeders go anywhere, I have diapers. Schroeders go anywhere, I have wipes. Schroeders go anywhere, I have granola bars. Schroeders go anywhere, I have a way or a big that can help them and cuddle somebody to take a nap. We go anywhere, I got backup plans. I'm way ahead of you. I got an extra pair of shoes in the car. A kid has a meltdown. I'm like, Biggs, buddy time, let's go. Boom, I'm after it. You cannot overwhelm me with kids. You cannot overwhelm me on a project site with workers. I don't care how many workers on site. There are going to be 500 workers on site. There are going to be 1,000 workers on site because I'm going to stay ahead of them and get them what they need. My fun thing that I have, and I might even put the little audio clip in here just for fun. But when we do boot camp intros, I put a little piece in here, and I'll probably put that little piece in here for you right now. Okay, so I post-produced this clip in here, and so here it is. I'm just going to interrupt my podcast real quick and put it in here. Here we go.
Finally, cute and cuddly Jason Schroeder. While Brandon is whipping people into shape, Jason is building them up because he lives vicariously through your successes. If you want to learn how to not suck, listen to every word he says. Jason can take all 11 of his kids to a Walmart bathroom without touching a single surface and get hands washed to the duration of the birthday song. Jason eats chaos for breakfast. So get ready to be overwhelmed with awesomeness. Welcome, everyone. You are entering the danger zone. Let's go.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. That's part of the really cool intro that we do at our boot camps. I figured I would just spice this podcast up for a minute. And now back to the normal podcast. Here we go. What I do is I brag about the fact that I can take all 11 of my kids to a Walmart bathroom and have nobody touch the wall or the floor. I don't know if it's just because we have homeschool kids or what, but you put little kids in and they think it's funny to like touch a public bathroom wall or floor. And it's like, you just got Ebola. You cannot do that. Like, you cannot do that, right? So I stay ahead of them. Everybody goes in there with a buddy. Everybody has shoes tied so that it doesn't hit the pee and the grossness on the floor. They go in single file into the restroom. They wash their hands. They have a regrouping spot in the middle that are away from the walls. And then when I leave, I have a paper towel in my hand. When I touch the handle, they go through. They don't touch anything. They leave cleaner than when they went in there. That is my plan because I stay ahead of them. A foreman and a superintendent have to stay ahead and be proactive. And just like I do with my kids, and workers are not kids. I'm just using it as a contextual example. You have to stay ahead of them. This will summarize it. Sun Tzu said, the best generals win the war before going to battle, and amateurs go to battle and then attempt to win the war. Everybody I see, every foreman out there is running around with their phone like a chicken with their head cut off, going to battle and then trying to win the war. They should have won the battle before ever stepping foot on the battleground. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.